Hey there, Kyle Souza here. I want to talk about Voltaire's Candide story. Okay, I've got some issues here. Overall, I enjoy it. Um, I like this kind of writing. Also, it's Candide or Optimism, and this version is translated by John Butt. It is a Penguin classic. Uh, I enjoy satire. I do. But let me read this. Um, It was the indifferent shrug and callous inertia that this optimism concealed which so angered Voltaire, who found the all for the best approach a patently inadequate response to suffering to natural disasters, such as the recent earthquakes in Lima and Lisbon, not to mention the questions of illness and man made war. Moreover, as the rebel whose satiric genius had earned him not only international acclaim but 2 stays in the Bastille, flogging, and exile, Voltaire knew personally what suffering involved. In Candide, he whisks his young hero and friends through a ludicrous variety of tortures, tragedies, and reversals of fortune in the company of Pangloss, a metaphysico-theologo-cosmolo-nigologist of unflinching optimism. I say that whole thing and then I get tongue tied on the word optimism. The result is one of the glories of 18th century satire. So, it's a good story. It's an interesting story. But that idea that Pangloss presents, that all's for the best because this is the best version of all possible worlds, really stems from a misunderstanding of the idea that all things work together for good. Okay, that there's a fundamental misunderstanding to that in Pangloss's character and people that act like him. I do believe that all things work together for the good of those who follow Christ, right? But that doesn't mean that everything that happens is good. Doesn't even mean that everything that happens to a Christian or someone who believes that is good. What it means is that ultimately good will come of things, and that is working together according to God's sovereign plan. But there are bad things that happen. Somebody punching me in the face is a bad thing. Now, there could be some good that comes out of it, but it's a bad thing. And I know I'm biased in that situation because I got punched in the face. But that's my fundamental issue with people that have Pangloss's idea and that just they're misinterpreting something. That aside, okay, that out of the way, this is a fun story. Lots of twists, lots of turns, classic satire. And then it's like, out of the frying pan, into the fire, out of the fire, onto the dinner plate. Like, it really is just one thing after another. It moves very quickly. Also, it's an older story. So they were often shorter back then, just as a matter of the amount of paper that took and amount of work that took to reproduce it. But I'd recommend it to anybody to read. Why? Because it's a good story. There's lots of references to it throughout other literature, and I just enjoy satire. I like Voltaire, like Jonathan Swift, that kind of satire. SNL is less and less satire all the time, more just mockery. It's different, right? Just like being sarcastic and sardonic are different, though related. Anyways, Candide's a good book. I'll try putting a link to it in the description, an affiliate link. If you buy it through there, I might get something out of it. But I'm Kyle Souza. My blog is talkinggeek.com. Thanks for watching. If you've read this book, let me know your thoughts. If you think that everything that happens is good, tell me why you think that. And if you disagree with me and you think this book is terrible, I'd love to hear why you think this is such a terrible story. Enjoy.